Hi there, Jeff here from the Wetsuit Centre, talking to you today about the ONeill Psycho Tech range of wetsuits for winter 2017, fall 2016 from ONeill's point of view. The Psycho Tech is available for men and for women, and we're talking about the 5mm suit today. It's available in all thicknesses, but the 5mm suit is essentially for UK winters, so cold water right down to sort of 6 or 7 degrees, depending on your tolerance for the cold, which is ideal for Northern Europe really. And it's an extremely flexible wetsuit, but also has a lot of functions and features to keep you very warm as well, so it's a good balance. And it's the suit that comes in just under the Psycho Freak, so it's at the top end of ONeill's wetsuit range. So the Psycho Tech, as I said before, it's a 5mm suit, so you get the 5mm of neoprene in the lower body, and then you get 4mm around the shoulders and arms where you need a bit more flexibility. Now, this suit is 100% techno butter, so when we're talking about neoprene, there's different grades of neoprene within the ONeill range. A lot of these sort of cheaper suits will be ultra stretch, and then even cheaper than that will be fluid flex, which has less flexibility. This is the techno butter neoprene. Now, the techno butter neoprene was introduced a few years ago, it's still exclusive to ONeill, and basically it's the same as the ultra stretch in terms of the actual neoprene, the actual rubber itself. The thing that's different is the jersey over the top of it, so the lycra over the top of this neoprene. You can sort of see that sort of zigzag effect, or those lines within the suit. That's basically where they've dropped out a lot of the cotton. So it still protects the wetsuit, which is essentially what it's there for. Still protects the rubber, but because there's a lot less cotton there, it's much lighter to sort of feel and wear, but it's also a lot quicker to dry because it absorbs less water. It stays lighter in the water and will offer probably more flexibility because there's less restriction there as well. So the Techno Butter neoprene, this is the second generation, this is the Techno Butter 2, and essentially the difference between 1 and 2, the Techno Butter 2 has just got a better lining on the inside, which stops the Velcro sticking to the interior and baubbling and causing it to delam, and also traps less sand so it stays lighter as well. So this is 100% Techno Butter 2, top to bottom, as like the Psycho 1 is and as the Psycho Freak. Again, with this suit, it's a fully sealed, glued and blind stitched. And it has a liquid taping on this suit all through the outside. So what they do is they stitch the suit inside halfway, glue it on the outside, and then rubber tape it, and that just makes it really durable, and it also gives it a really long shelf life and stops any water coming in. There's no way water's going to come in there. Kind of an old school tactic, the old liquid taping. It's been around for quite a while, tried and tested. The only downside of it is obviously does offer a bit more restriction, but as long as the suit fits well, it shouldn't really be too much of a problem. So again, that's similar to the Psycho 1. Is another suit that has the liquid taping. The difference between this and the Psycho 1 is the chest panels basically and the lining within the suit. There's more going on in terms of air insulation and thermal lining, which I'll show you through in a second. Some of the other features which are common amongst the whole ONeill range, you've got the Duraflex knee pad, and it's just a really robust material used pretty much across the whole industry now to stop wear and tear on the knee. And so it's a good little touch, basically stops the knees wearing through quickly. Around the cuffs of the wetsuit, around the ankle, ONeill do put that sort of liquid taping round, which makes it quite tight, but it stops any flush through. So if you're using it for wakeboarding or if generally kite surfing, anything like that, you've got less chance of water flushing up your leg. And it's a similar around the wrist as well. They put just a little bit of liquid taping there just to stop any flush throughs flying up your arm. Okay, the panelling on the suit, so it might not be as flexible as the Psycho 1 or the Hyper Freak because of the panelling in the suit. You do have that panel in the centre here, which is that smooth skin neoprene. That smooth skin is quite good at keeping wind out of the suit, so it might do a bit more to keep your core nice and warm. But obviously, because you've got more seams, there might be a little bit more restriction there as well, so it's always a bit of give and take. But any seams that are put in the suit and any panelling in the suit is carefully thought about to give you maximum stretch. This is the ladies' suit. And then in the men's suit, very similar, just some slightly difference of placing seams to obviously match a lady and a men's body shape a little bit better. So everything's really thought about carefully by ONeill. This particular suit, the Psycho Tech, comes with a chest entry, so it's a fuse entry system, which some people don't like because it is a bit harder to get on and off, but some people do like because it is a little bit better at keeping water out of the suit, and then also you've got no back zip to sort of offer more restriction around the back of the suit. So without that restriction, the suit is a bit more flexible. You don't have a broken collar, so that unbroken seam around the neck is sometimes a bit better at keeping water out of the suit. So this is the outside of the Psycho Tech pretty much. The difference between this and the Psycho 1 really lies inside the suit. If I open up the chest zip for you, essentially, the best thing about the chest zip system with ONeill is they're actually sewn over the top of the inside of the wetsuit. So the chest zip goes over the top of the normal wetsuit, and what that'll do is stop any sort of flush through, stop water getting in. Any water that does come in through the collar, instead of going into the actual suit, is met with this piece of neoprene, and then it's guided out of the suit either on the drain hole on the arm, or you've got a drain hole around the back as well, so it lets water out of the chest system. But essentially that's sewn over the top, which allows you to get in easier, because they've got two sort of pieces of neoprene here. You can pull really wide, fold the suit down to its waist, and it's easier to get on and off. But it's great for keeping water out of the suit as well, really tried and tested method. The actual zip itself is a code red zip. It's a specially treated zip, specially as technology, which won't corrode and sort of clog up with salt water. And also won't let water in through. The zip itself is a very tough PK zip, which is much better than some of the plastic ones people use, so it just stand the test of time. And it also zips from in to out, which is really good, because some of the chest zip suits can be a bit annoying because you have to catch the zip and pull it across, whereas this suit, you pull it on the way out like that. Okay, so nice and easy, there's no problem getting it on and off. You've got the toggle on the side there, which will allow you to tighten that, so you don't get any flush coming up through the side of the suit. You've also got a smooth skin roll neck collar, and that is two pieces of neoprene together. They move independently, so the inside piece can stick to your neck and the outside piece can move independently, creating a better seal, but also should stop any rash and rub as well, because it won't be actually moving up and down your neck, just the outside will be doing that. So there's a nice little bit of tech there. Okay, so I'll fold the suit inside out a little bit, you can have a little look inside. All of the purple material that you'll see is basically that Techno Butter 2. Okay, so you're looking for that the entire way through the suit. And that Techno Butter 2 is the stuff that doesn't stick to Velcro. Also, it's got a really nice sheen to the inside stuff. It's untreated, and so that sheen will help get the suit on and off a bit easier, because it's very slippery and soft. So it's a nice little feature to help get the suit on and off easier. So turning it inside out, you have a little look on the inside of the suit, and then this is the fundamental differences between this and say the Psycho 1, the Hyper Freak and that kind of thing. So with this particular suit you get the chest panel sewn in here, which has got that smooth skin, and on the inside it's got that firewall, and the firewall is a thermal lining basically which retains heat inside the suit. So instead of losing that heat from all of your organs through the neoprene, that will just give you an extra layer of protection to slow the process down and allow heat to stay in the suit for longer. That's around the kidneys. You also get that around the chest, and then just to reinforce the suit you get the liquid taping around there as well. And another thing that you get, that smooth skin, and in between the smooth skin and that firewall lining you might be able to see that honeycomb effect. Now basically this is the XDS airprene basically. So ONeill quite a few years ago won an award for this, and what it essentially is a kind of like a zigzag, like honeycomb piece of neoprene with holes cut out of it. And what that does, that sits in between the smooth skin and sits in between the firewall and traps warm air again. So there's little pockets and little holes will trap warm air within the suit itself, and then that air is used to insulate you. So it's kind of like a cavity wall insulation really in a house. So you're losing the heat, you're trapping it within the little pockets there. And they use that through the chest and the back to really keep you warm where you need it. So around your chest, around your kidneys, to where all your blood's pumping through, and obviously then your extremities will stay warm as well. So that's pretty much everything going on with the Psychotech that you need to know about. It's a fantastic suit. ONeill hooked me up with one of these suits last year, and it was brilliant. Really, really good. This was my go-to suit for the whole of last winter. Found it really, really warm. When we reached kind of like February, I have got a hooded 6mm suit, and getting in before work for a surf, that kind of thing, I did switch to that because these are not the thickest suits in the world, the ONeill. They're really, really warm, so don't get me wrong, the winter suit will keep you warm most of the time. But a suit like this, obviously in the depths of the UK winter, especially if you're up in the northeast or in Scotland, that kind of thing, you might find that it's just a little bit thin unless you don't really mind the cold. And then you might want to switch to something a bit chunky, a bit thicker. People like XL do really thick wetsuits, and I think most of the guys that surf up that way will probably have a hooded 6mm suit. But yeah, fantastic wetsuit, used it pretty much the whole of last winter, no issues at all. Really, really popular, big seller for us every year, and definitely a strong recommendation.